Alright guys, welcome back to Work in Progress Gaming. Today, we are going to talk about the Emperor's Children battle line unit, the infractors, and how they work on the tabletop and how I like to use them in my games.
The Emperor's Children Infractor Squad is one of our 2 battle line squads that we get, and it is our more melee-focused one. Like classic power armor melee, it is going to be rerolling wounds of 1, rerolling wounds on objectives, and these guys actually play a little bit more of a key focus in this army rather than other ones. One, because we just don't have that many units in general, but also the amount of abilities that these guys have in general really helps us push forward and use these guys to our best advantage when going up against other infantry or needing to generate a CP or even having to go against a character. So let's take a look at the datasheet. The infractors have a really interesting datasheet. Starting out classic T4 power armor guys, but they get 7 inches of movement, which makes them a little bit faster. And on top of that as well, if you look at their melee profile, they are going to be swinging things that are classic chain sword, not power sword, in which you're going to get the 4 attacks hitting on 3, strength 4, -1 AP, 1 damage, but everything has precision. These guys are really meant to go after and headhunt characters. And getting those reroll wounds of 1, as we can see in the datasheet ability as well, is to really help you push forward in detachments like Coterie of the Conceited, which is the one I like to use. Because when you're trying to get those reroll hits of 1 and those reroll wounds of 1 is like your big just like, I get rerolls, I get pushes. Those are really helpful to have that already in the datasheet because you don't need to worry about this infractor squad surviving to that second round. On top of that, you're also going to get scouts 6 inches, which is going to allow these guys to get some extra movement and push a little bit further to those guys. So as we can see as well here, also with the war gear ability, this is also going to be our only CP generation in the Codex. So these guys and the Tormentors are going to be super useful for each one of your games because they have abilities that we just can't get anywhere else outside the book. Especially that Scout 6-inch move that allows you to be able to move your guys forward before your opponent if you go first, and just give you that forward positioning on the board that Emperor's Children really want, because we are going to have to go hard in the paint the first turn. Probably kill a unit the first turn. Let's talk about the movement of the Emperor's Children Infractors. The Infractors move a base 7 inches, which is the fastest for most power armor guys. Space Wolf's got a little bit of that same bonus, but we have a different advantage in charge, so it makes it more fun. But what's really cool about this, in combination with Thrill Seekers, you can get these guys to go a whopping 13 inches, which is an insane amount of movement for a battle line unit. Especially a melee focused one in which you're wanting to move those 13 inches after you even do a Scout 6 and punch even further. As we talk about Scouts and things like that, we've got to go over how Scouts works in a transport. So the way that Scouts works in a transport via the core rules is that if everything inside the transport has the Scout's keyword, so like this Infractor or Lord Exultant Lord, whatever he is, has the keyword Scout 6 and he's attached to the unit, the entire unit, including the Rhino, is going to be able to scout. So if you add something like Tormentors or Norse Marines in there, you're going to lose the ability to scout that unit. So that's a good rule of thumb when doing your declare battle formations and how you want to put something into a Rhino, how you want to make that Rhino move, because getting that Scout 6 is going to be really useful to positioning your Rhino in the places you want it to in the beginning of the game. Maybe you can even send it forward to area denial or score you some secondaries. Maybe you can actually scout the Rhino up, jump the Infractors out, and then plant, there it goes, jump the Infractors out and have the Noise Marines jump in before the Rhino does its normal movement, allowing those Noise Marines to jump in and then get an extra 12 inches of movement from where they're at, protecting those Noise Marines. EC is a very combo army, as you can see. Things work together, even though GW even says like Emperor's Children are not supposed to work together like that. but we do. And that's what makes our Rhino something really cool, is it's a really flexible tool, and we'll go more into it in the Rhino video itself of what you can do. But for Infractor specifically, using that Scout 6 move to push that Rhino up and maybe give other units an opportunity to jump in and be transported is something super nice. And if you don't get first turn, you can still scout up, get those Infractors out there without having to feel like, oh, I just scouted up my really vulnerable battle line unit who's now about to get punched by Arjac and some Terminators, as we can see. Speaking of Arjac and these Terminators, let's talk about precision, or how to use your Infractors in melee. So, if we see this big Wolfguard Terminator squad here, we've got 5 guys and Arjac all combined. And as we know, Arjac is a scary customer. He can revive, or basically he does a fight on death, which is super cool. And he gives a lot of bonuses to himself, but also his squad. He just punches really hard. And normally, with this Terminator squad, these little Infractors would have a really hard time wiping them out. That's normally when we would attach a Lord to them and try and see if maybe we can get them with lethals, but what if you don't have your Lord? What if you don't have your lethals? What do we do with these guys when you don't have anything, right? Bonk. See, he bonks that guy. Normally, you would have to go through the entire bodyguard unit before you could get into Arjac here. With our unit of Infractors, that is not actually the case. All of our weapons are gonna have precision on them, and so with that precision rule, precision is gonna allow you to use the toughness of the bodyguard unit, which really won't matter in that case, but when it comes to allocating saves, as long as you're within 12 inches of the unit and visible to Arjac, like Arjac is visible to you, he's not hiding behind a wall, you can actually take all of your attacks and smack them into Arjac instead of going into his Terminators. And as we've all known, if you send all of your Infractors or all of your battle line unit into a Terminator squad, you're probably gonna be able to maybe kill one Terminator. So when you're doing that, why waste all of your attacks into the Terminator squad when you can take out Arjac, remove a couple of abilities, and remove his foe hammer from the table? That makes that little cheap little 85 point Infractor unit really useful against I believe he's 105 points. And that's a really nice trade for that one, where you really can get the most out of precisioning out Arjac, knowing that the Infractors probably won't make it from these Wolfguard Terminators next turn, but instead of doing just some damage to the Terminator squad in general, you're taking out a major key point in their defense, their ability to punch back into whatever you might have set up behind, especially with the Defiler coming out. Now, also with this as well, this is going to allow you to bonus onto your pack points. Character and bodyguard units count as separate kills, so if you precision out the character first, you're actually going to have the ability to come in, get those pack points, and get some early rerolls because you're not having to focus on killing 2 units to get 2. All you have to do is kill that character. That precision is going to help you out a lot, and it's going to really push your game to that next level instead of saying, oh, well, where am I going to send these guys? Always send it into the character. Always send it into the character. You have precision, you might as well use it. And this comes to the last point on the Infractors, is talking about their war gear, the icon of excess. So as we were talking about with precision and killing characters and killing bodyguard units, Emperor's Children actually have the ability to gain CP off of that little icon on that dude's back there, as I try and focus the camera, in which every time you kill something, you roll a leadership test and you gain a CP. Now, this is another reason to do precision and things like that, because you're going to get that ability to gain that CP back. And things like that. That's pretty much it when it comes to the Infractors. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you have any other questions or comments, feel free to leave them under here or DM directly at workinprogress_painting, and we'll see you in the next one.